Well, wasn't that just awesome and nice? We're going to let the Nintendo Treehouse keep playing on, keep trucking on as it continues going over some awesome Nintendo products that'll be coming out, that'll be being shown at E3. So normally at this time I would probably show you the playthrough of what was actually being shown during the conference, but I think the Treehouse will probably be a nice little thing that really the rest of the developers really don't get a chance to really show off. So we'll let it continue on like that. So hello Raven, hello Knighthood, hello everybody else who are just lurking in chat. I see you. I see you. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and as you see they're just now coming back.
I'm Sam from the Treehouse, and for the second...
I'm just gonna go ahead and mute that. I meant to mute that. I apologize. I muted the wrong thing. Ha ha ha. So let's go ahead and start talking about the Nintendo Spotlight. It was only a 30-minute little thing. I expected it. It was gonna be short. That's what Nintendo does, but it was short, but a little sweet. So let's go ahead and jump into the games that they showed during their E3 Spotlight. First up was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming to Nintendo Switch. Xenoblade 2 is, of course, another JRPG, which I love my JRPGs. Absolutely love it. You know what? I love my the Tales of series. It's probably my favorite series of all the JRPGs. I absolutely love it. So with Xenoblade, it's kind of weird for me because even in Xenoblade Chronicles, it was missing that thing that Xeno, the Xeno series really I love when it first started out was giant fucking robots, and I didn't get that from this trailer. I miss robots. I miss my giant robots. But we can really go with it. Xenoblade Chronicles looks really pretty and looks like a little tag team effort. So is it possibly going to be co-op? Who knows? If it's coming to the Switch, it'll be really cool. Excuse me. Next is they showed off a new Kirby game coming out in 2018 for the Nintendo Switch. You can't see another Kirby sucking in all the cool things and gaining the power. So awesome, so cool. Next was a big hit for me because I really liked the game. The Pokken Tournament coming to Nintendo Switch. Pokken Tournament first came out over here on the Wii. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a direct port or it's really going to be... I think they actually talked about it being a new deluxe version. So it should be pretty cool there. It's introducing some new Pokemon, new two-player action because with the Nintendo Switch, each person can use a Joy-Con controller. Yeah! It was really cool. Hold on. So they also announced that there's going to be a new core Pokemon RPG game coming to Nintendo Switch. They don't have any dates right now. It's still being in development, so we probably won't hear anything from it until maybe next year at E3 or maybe even a little later. So, but they did at least give us a little nudge, like, hey, there's a new Pokemon game coming out, a new RPG. You may want to get ready for it. So now I'm going to be salivating that for the next year, and I don't have a bib strong enough. So a lot of the games that they're showing here at E3 are all coming out in 2017, which of course, with some exceptions, they're just going to really make some announcements that's like, hey, this is being worked on coming in 2018 or later. So next, they didn't really go us into gameplay, but all they really showed us was the title page, and it's coming out in 2000, or I'm sorry, it's not even have a date, it's just it's now in development for the Nintendo Switch, and it is the new Metroid Prime 4. Yeah! Coming from Nintendo Switch 2, I feel that it's going to have some co-player action because of how the Joy-Cons work. Please let it be some kind of co-op thing, side-by-side adventure, where you can have, hey, it's Metroid, or Samus, and then here's my little brother, Samuel. It's going to be pretty cool. That sounds awesome, but it's just no gameplay. We have no information on it right now, at least I don't, because I'm not a professional journalist. But Metroid Prime 4 coming out soon. It's now being in development, so we'll probably hear something maybe later this year or next year. Definitely we'll hear something at E3. Next is a new Yoshi game just titled Yoshi. What's really cool about it is it looks like it looks like a co-op because another Yoshi was in there, a nice little red one. So you're probably looking at using your Joy-Con controllers on the same console for its two-player action. Another cool thing was you could flip the screen. So basically, you'd be playing along this side of the screen. Then you can do whatever moving you want, and you switch it to a new area. So you can go. So if you're in at one area, you'll flip it and continue on to the next. that was a pretty neat function, and also adds a little variety to switching different aspects of the gameplay. This game will be coming out in 2018. Next, they introduced a new Fire Emblem game called Fire Emblem Warriors, and our buddy Mars is going to be, once again, another star in it. It looks like it's going to actually take place between this giant evil dragon is coming down to say, hey, this is my home now, I'm taking it. And it's this brother and a sister, the prince and princess, are having to run away from it, and it looks like they're going to be teaming up with the Fire Emblem cast that we all know and love and try and reclaim their territory and their kingdom. Next, one of the producers from Zelda Breath of the Wild came out and talked about the new Zelda items that will unlock in Elder Scrolls Skyrim for the Nintendo Switch. So when you use your Zelda amiibos onto Skyrim, you're going to get the tunic, you'll get the Master Shield, you get the Master Sword, and you can use it in Skyrim. And I love it. They showed off 2 brand new DLC expansion packs coming out this year. So the first expansion pack is called the Master Trials. It's going to introduce new paths, new items like the Korok Mask, and it's going to introduce a Master Mode. What it looks like, you might be able to hold on to your Master Weapons a little longer. No. That's only a guess. I'm not really 100% sure because they didn't go into what Master Mode is, but it looked like you carried your Master Sword and Master Shield, and I didn't see anywhere it said it was breaking. Ain't that something? So, and this also might be where you actually get your Master Weapons. I'm not really sure because I haven't really played Breath of the Wild, and I haven't met anybody who actually beaten the game yet. But the Master Trials is the DLC Pack 1 expansion pack coming out June 30th at the end of the month. Next, they showed off some nice cinematics with the Champions Ballad DLC Pack Expansion Pack number 2 coming out holiday 2017. This introduces 4 new champions and they'll have amiibos. What? I didn't get a chance to actually grab everybody's name, but if you played Breath of the Wild, you know who these people are. They're the 4 new champions for the 4 different factions, the 4 different tribes that you've met while playing the game. And each champion, so yeah, big thing, they're going to have their own amiibos. Fudge yes. Fudge yes. Now what you're actually going to be entitled to do in this expansion pack, we'll learn further down the line when we get closer to holiday 2017. Next, Ubisoft came back and talked about Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which was of course shown during the Ubisoft conference, and that was cool as well. Why? Because it's XCOM for kids. I can't wait to play this with my little cousins. I might buy the game. Oh my god, I might have to buy the game for them. It's XCOM for kids. I can't play XCOM very well, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fail at this game too. But it's really cool. It's basically it's a tactical strategy game where you place your you have to just go and fight the other enemies. You have to fight the evil Rabbids coming in, and you have to move around objects, use objects to hide under so you don't get injured. You have to flank your enemies. It's a complete tactical game, and it's so much fun. Again, I love playing XCOM 2, and I am horrible at it. But with Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, I'm now really interested. This is a game that I'm really wanting to get for the Switch now. It was going to be, of course, Super Mario Odyssey was like the #1 game why I want to get a Switch. Now that this is coming out on August 29th, I may have to just I may have to be an irresponsible adult and grab some stuff because I really want to play that game now. But I can also play it at my cousin's place and just steal their console if their father will let me. Next, which was a big shock to me, and it was a shock and not a shock because these guys are fantastic. The creators of Rocket League, I think it was Psyonix, are the game developers. Rocket League is coming to the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be cross-play with all the other platforms, and you'll have exclusive items and exclusive customization with Nintendo Switch, like the Mario and Luigi hat you can put on top of your car. It's coming out this holiday season, and more of the exclusive items will be talked about later this year as they get closer to the launch. So Rocket League, one of the most competitive new competitive esports games out there on Xbox One, on PC, on PlayStation 4, now coming to Nintendo Switch. Is it on the Wii? I can't remember if it's on the Wii. Fuck the Wii. We are worried about the Switch now. Make it on the Switch. All cross platform. It's gonna be fantastic. Why can't other games get like this? Come on, let's do it. Come on. So next, and last but not least, because we're gonna actually go into Metroid: Samus Returns on the 3DS. That was a little gameplay for it. That looked, I peeked my eye towards the screen watching it, and I don't have a 3DS, so I'm kind of lost on it. So let's go heavy into Super Mario Odyssey, which was the last video that they showed during the spotlight, and then we, of course, stayed on for the Nintendo Treehouse to learn more about the game. So we're going heavily in, and let me go into chat real fast and see, because I saw I think I saw some questions and stuff. If I bought XCOM, I would finish it the same night. Good luck, good night. Good night. So, Jareth, I can't stream Zelda Breath of the Wild. I probably would, but Nintendo doesn't really support many streamers unless you're part of their special program, which I'm not part of that program, and it's kind of weird. Nintendo did not mention Monster. Oh my God, Raph with the Monster Rancher. What? Come on, that's old school, man. That is. Are you mean Monster Hunter? Because Monster Rancher, I think, was a Sony product. I think that was more of a Sony product. The God of War trailer is really cool, but I just want to stick to Nintendo right now. Well, I'll talk about more of these. The Sony press conference will be talked about later this evening. I have a bunch of stuff I have to do tonight, and I'm having to wait for Stevie B because he wants to join me on the topic. So we're probably looking at maybe between 7 to 8 o'clock this evening, Eastern time. So he'll probably be asleep by then. But of course, all the E3 after shows will be on my YouTube channel. I'm going to start working on getting them all out today. So, all right, so let's talk about Super Mario Odyssey. I keep wanting to call it Galaxy, but it's Odyssey. This was the game that if this came out on the launch of the Switch, I would already have the Switch. I would already have it, and it would be glorious. And just so you guys know, right here below me on the Treehouse, they're showing off more of Metroid Prime on the 3DS, Samus Returns. Seriously, good luck. I mean, XCOM is such a long-ass game. No. I could probably play that for a 24-hour stream and probably still not beat the game. It is insane. So, alright, so Super Mario Odyssey. Alright. Super Mario Odyssey, if you don't remember, it is... it has different worlds you have to travel. The Odyssey is actually the name of the ship that you travel around to. The hat changes depending on the world. So the hat actually has its own default look. But then, of course, it looks like Mario's hat because it's wearing Mario. But when you go into different worlds, like it'll look like a sombrero. It will have different aspects to playing depending on the world. It looks really cool. Mario can inhabit different creatures. It's not all the creatures, but it's some creatures that you can put the hat on and actually inhabit them and use their special abilities. Like what we saw during the Treehouse was he put the hat onto Bullet Bill and he was able to fly around a little bit and even accelerate to get through some areas. Now, and also you can inhabit a T-Rex. That might have been just for posterity, but I really hope that's actually part of the game that you can inhabit a T-Rex. That would be pretty good. Like, look, I'm a Trex. Yeah. Rawr. And the game will be coming out on October 27th. So I still have a little bit of time. I got a little bit of time. Alright, so okay. So talking about the gameplay. So the hat can fetch items for you. They opened up, so at E3 right now, they opened up 2 worlds. One was this desert world that we'll talk about in a bit. But they first entered what was called New Donk City, which is named after, this is the real world that we all saw during the Switch announcement a couple months ago. And this is basically a Donkey Kong reference. So the Odyssey is the name of the ship. It requires moons, and you gain moons as you travel through the worlds, or kingdoms rather, and as you go through and complete the different stages and complete the actual kingdom, you'll gain moons so you can travel through the different worlds. Let's see. The hat can control items so you can travel around. Like when you put your item, put it on a light post, you can actually travel through as electricity to another section through the power line. Let's see. My computer keeps going to sleep. Or you can use move as a rocket to move through the different stages. You can jump from super high buildings and not even get fall damage when you land, but you will just like you'll shake a little bit because you're taking some heavy. You're just like, oh my god, my knees! Why did I do that? Oh, I made a mistake. So bullet bills and some enemies will have a hat on when you face them. If they have a hat, you have to knock their hat off in order for your hat to go on top of them, and in order to actually get to inhabit them, to control them. So you have to knock their hat off first before you can use them. When you take damage, like from the bullet bills when they explode onto you, you visually see the damage on you. You visually see it all. It's only there for a short time. And also, not every enemy is inhabitable. So you'll see some Goombas that some you can inhabit, some you can't. I see you guys making fun of me, but he's not wrong. He's just not wrong whatsoever. So there's two different types of coins. So there's coins are actually used as a currency in this game. So there's yellow and purple coins. The yellow coins are the overall currency that can be used at any shop. But then there are purple coins that are specific for those world shops. So you go into the shops to buy souvenirs, to buy costumes, and buy items. So in the desert world that they showed us, we had to go to the shop and actually buy the outfit, like a sombrero and the outfit for that world to go into to a certain club. So the desert world that they showed gave us a traditional old school graphic Mario feel, where it was like the 8-bit 2D aspect, where you walk along this world, you're in 3D, and then you go on this wall and you're in 2D Mario, and then you pop off and you're back in 3D. What was really cool about it is you saw the bullet bills fly off in a 2D form, and then when they got to the edge, they came into 3D, and that transition is really, really neat. It was very seamless. So, and like my note was 2D to 3D. Wow. What? Wow. So the Brutals are the bosses, are the bosses for each stage. The bosses, as they named them, they are the evil wedding planning firm. They're there to stop you from getting to Bowser and Peach's wedding, and of course Bowser's wearing a hat too, so you know what could actually happen there. So you'll have to fight the Brutals a few times throughout the stages, throughout the kingdoms, but every time you fight them, they're going to get a bit harder. So it's not always going to be the same kind of fight. They're going to be changed up a little bit. And then finally to talk about the new amiibos, because it's Nintendo. If Nintendo didn't have a new amiibos for a brand new game, they're messing up. So the new amiibos coming for Super Mario Odyssey is Mario, Peach, and Bowser in wedding outfits. And they really have this, especially Peach, she has this pearlized texture where it's almost see-through. Almost looking like a crystal, and it looks really cool. And those amiibos will of course have the same save functionality, but they'll also have an assist function as well in the game. What that assist function is, we'll have to wait and see what happens. So that's it for the spotlight. It was really awesome. I mean, all the conferences so far have really been awesome, showing what they have. And with Nintendo, it was short and sweet, and Nintendo is a self-publisher kind of a thing, so it's not really, we're not going to see a lot of third-party support. We didn't actually see any third-party games in the spotlight. Well, no, I apologize. We saw Ubisoft's Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That is in aspect, probably a first third-party game. It's a 13th game. Whereas we'll add that together. So it's kind of combined at that point. But all the games that they showed, even if there was just gameplay trailers, they did have a lot of hype because it did have a fan base around it. I'm not much into the Fire Emblem series as much as I like my RPGs, but I did get a little hype for that game as well. Trying to think, like the Super Mario Odyssey is definitely a game buy on day one. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, day effing one, because I love that type of game. Thank you, XCOM. So if you're an adult, you play XCOM. If you're a child or still an adult, you play Mario plus Rabbids to get you into that feel. So as a kid, even a young adult, they can play this game, and then when they get to teenager, oh, XCOM? Psh, I'm already an expert. Oh wait, what's this snake viper thing doing with its tongue? It's grabbing me? They didn't do this in Mario Rabbids. Why is this a thing? Hopefully, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle becomes a franchise of its own, and I really want to see what they do with it. So it's really going to look really cool. So looking here in chat, everybody's just mocking me for my XCOM stuff. Yeah, I may just play XCOM and just because I was losing a lot, and I may just see what happens if I can even lose and see what happens. If you're an adult kid, play it for both. Yeah! So that was the Nintendo Spotlight. I do appreciate, God, that Mario Rabbids game is, like, seriously my favorite. It's really what I really want to play right now. So that's it for Nintendo Spotlight. And, of course, if you guys missed any of this, you can find it over on youtube.com/Trexlight. But that is it of all the conferences. The only conference we have to do an after show for, or basically a recap, will be the Sony conference that will be done later this evening with Stevie B from Nerds of the Apocalypse. We will probably looking at between 8 or 9 p.m. tonight, because I have another podcast I got to do as well. I still couldn't play it. It's true, I probably couldn't. So stay tuned later tonight stream for more for a recap of the Sony conference, and that'll be all of the conferences that I covered. E3 has officially begun. This is officially day one. So hopefully you guys go over to, I have to give a shout out to Greg Miller over at Kinda Funny Games. Go over to twitch.tv/KindaFunnyGames to check out all the the replay from the GameSpot stage of all the E3 coverage with those guys. Love Greg Miller. He's such a super awesome dude. Invite me to your show. And I will see you guys later for some more stream action, because this is my day off and tomorrow's my day off. But as a day off, I have to do some adulting. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, guys.